Hello everyone, we have the Awakened Brutus on the test server. So he is a Mauler hero just like the regular Brutus is. He is a strength-based hero, so he's going to deal physical damage. He's a warrior class, so he's not going to be a tanking class like regular Brutus is. And his primary role is continuous damage. So I'm going to look at his skills here. I'm going to start with his ultimate skill. It's called Shattered Mountain. Brutus shocks the ground beneath his feet, dealing 350% attack rating damage to enemies within range, sending them flying towards himself. After he swings his Mountain Breaker at nearby enemies, dealing damage equal to 15% of their respective max health values to them, that sends them flying into the air again. Damage dealt cannot exceed 650% of Brutus's attack rating. Brutus's defense is additionally increased by 25% for 7 seconds for every enemy struck. This skill ignores dodge, and Brutus is immune to control effects when it is active. Okay, so we have level 2. Brutus's defense is additionally increased by 30% for 9 seconds for every enemy struck. And level 3, all enemies within range of the ultimate have the majority of their buffs removed. So yeah, Brutus will shock the ground, and he'll send the enemies flying into the air twice here. So yeah, once when he shocks the ground, and also when he swings his Mountain Breaker at them. And it'll deal quite a bit of damage here, it looks like, and he'll also gain energy, or not energy, he'll gain defense as well. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty good ability. Okay, we also have a Rank Breaker. Brutus strikes enemies in front of him multiple times and knocks them back with each strike, dealing 250% attack of damage. Every 1% defense Brutus has over the enemy he hits increases this damage by 3% up to 500%. Level 2 is a passive. Each time Brutus suffers damage accumulating to 15% of his max health, he receives a Mountain Shield with a value equal to 12.5% of his max health and lasts for 6 seconds, can be triggered up to 1 time every 4 seconds. Level 3, if Brutus's Mountain Shield is destroyed while still active, he receives 30% damage reduction for 7 seconds. This effect cannot be stacked. Level 4, if Brutus's Mountain Shield is not destroyed while still active, he permanently receives 5% additional defense. And then we have level 5. Each time Brutus receives Mountain Shield, nearby allies will receive Inspire, which removes the majority of debuffs affecting them, and increases their defense by 25% of Brutus's current defense for 6 seconds. This effect cannot be stacked. Okay, so Brutus will strike the enemies and deal multiple times and deal a lot of damage to them. And if the Awakened Brutus has more defense than the enemy, they'll do even more damage. That sounds pretty good, getting his defense up there. And then plus we have all of these here with the shield. He gains a shield here, which, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And we have the third one, Fury Blow. Brutus sends enemies within a certain range flying, dealing 350% attack rating damage, stunning them for 2 seconds. This skill will be triggered at the start of battles. Now level 2, the distance enemies are sent flying is increased to 250% of the original distance, lands a critical hit on immovable enemies. And level 3, if an enemy is sent flying to the edge of the battlefield, they are additionally dealt 500% attack rating damage, and the stun duration is increased to 6 seconds. Okay, this one sounds really good. Another ability that will send the enemies flying here. And this level 3 here sounds really good. If the enemy is sent flying to the edge of the battlefield, they will be dealt 500% attack rating damage, and it will stun them for 6 seconds. And remember, this skill will be triggered at the start of battle. So if you can get this one going, this 6-second stun duration here, the enemies will be stunned for 6 seconds at the start of battles, which that can be very useful. And also, I can see this level 3 skill working with Kren, because Kren sets up the bombs on the enemy side of the battlefield. So I can see this Awakened Brutus working very well with the Kren comp, just from this ability alone. And the final skill we have, Unyielding Spirit. This is a passive ability. Brutus is immune to the first fatal damage he suffers and receives a shield with a value equal to 45% of his max health. which exists for 7 seconds. Brutus is invulnerable for 2 seconds when the shield expires. Any remaining value the shield has when its duration ends is converted into health for Brutus. We have level 2. While the shield produced by Unwielding Spirit exists, Brutus damage is increased by 20%, and struck enemies lose 25 haste points for 6 seconds. This effect cannot be stacked. And level 3, times Unwielding Spirit can be triggered is increased at 2 times. So Brutus will be immune to the first fatal damage he suffers. So yeah, the first fatal damage. So if he can die from an attack, he'll be immune to it the first time, and he will receive a shield. And Brutus will be invulnerable for 2 seconds when the shield expires. So when the shield is gone, he will be invulnerable for 2 seconds. I like this level 2 ability because struck enemies will lose 25 haste points while the shield produced by Unyielding Spirit exists. If the enemies are struck, they will lose 25 haste points for 6 seconds. That's quite a bit of haste points to lose. That's actually a noticeable amount of haste to lose from an enemy. Okay, so that's the final skill there, and these skills actually look at the signature item, furniture, and engraving. So the signature item is for the mountain shield that we looked at earlier. The exclusive furniture is for a different one here. We'll find that out soon. Okay, the furniture is for the distance that enemies are struck. So yeah, the distance enemies are sent flying. And also the engraving is covered by the skills as well, so we'll find out what the engraving skill is at least. Okay, the engraving skill, that's for the Unyielding Spirit. So yeah, and losing 25 haste points with a plus 30 engraving. And the plus 60 is the one that can be triggered 2 times. So yeah, we covered all 3 of those. Let's look at this one here, the Mountain Strength. This is another passive ability. When a shield is generated on the battlefield by using the Earth emblem, the Mountain Breaker absorbs the power of Earth to absorb an amount of energy equal to 35% of the shield's value, which has a cumulative upper limit equal to 30% of Brutus's max health. When active damage is dealt, the target loses additional health equal to the amount of energy currently absorbed, and their defense is increased by 15%. Or decreased by 15% for 8 seconds. This effect can be stacked 3 times. As the absorbed energy reaches its limit, it will be reset and reaccumulated once the ultimate skill has ended. And the value of energy that is later absorbed from shields is additionally increased by 15%. So it's absorbing energy here, and yes. I don't really know what that means, that it's absorbing an amount of energy equal to 35% of the shield's value. But yeah, when active damage is dealt, the target will lose health because of, based on the amount of energy that is absorbed. Also, their defense will be decreased by 15% for 8 seconds. So it sounds pretty good, and also you gotta remember that only one awakening skill can be chosen per formation, so you cannot have multiple awakened heroes in the same formation, or and use this awakening skill. Yeah, you can't use multiple awakening skills per formation. And okay, let's move on to the Arena of Trials here. And I believe the Arena of Trials has already started because yeah, this is a little bit after Awakened Brutus came to the test server. Okay, yeah, the Arena of Trials has started, but I just want to look at the wooden dummy here. Now, I'll make a video on the actual Arena of Trials later. So yeah, I just want to see how well this looks. I have the ×2 speed off, which is what I want. And there's his multiple strikes there. Yeah, he's doing a lot of attacks, and there's his ultimate skill. Okay, that sent them pretty far into the air. The first time they get sent into the air, it sent them right towards Brutus, and then the second time when he strikes, they're sent a little bit into the air and sent backwards a little bit. And that ultimate skill looks very cool. I like that ultimate skill. And also, when he does multiple attacks, it looks like it's kind of inspired from the regular Brutus's ultimate skill, where he swings his sword and he spins around swinging his sword. Yeah, it looks like he's at least a little bit inspired from the original Brutus. Yeah, there's definitely some changes with him, and he's doing quite a bit of damage here as well. Yeah, definitely doing quite a bit of damage. And yep, there it is again, them being knocked back. Yeah, I kind of want to see him in regular battles. This is not a regular battle. This is just testing him. I would love to see him in regular battles. I would love to see the enemies get knocked back. Yeah, I would love to see the enemies get knocked back at the start of battles and see them stunned for 6 seconds. I think that would be very cool to see. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He's looking very good. We'll have to see about the campaign and everything to see how well he does there. But if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I'll leave a button up there for you to click it. And there will be a video over there that you can watch as well. And thanks for watching.